Morning wishes to all my grade 9 children. Hope you are all doing well and good by the grace of God Almighty. Okay, have a fun filled day. Use your time productively, children. Okay, let's go to today's session. Before getting into today's class, what we all going to discuss right now today? Okay, what we all discussed in the last class, let's have a short recap in that. Okay. Okay, in your screen right now you have seen some points what we all discussed so far as a recapitulation session. Last class what we all discussed about the introduction, what is a matter, what is a matter is made up of, matter is made up of the particles, and what are the characteristics of matter. We modern scientists have classified the characteristics of matter into two. One is physical properties, another is a chemical properties of a matter. In that chemical physical characteristics we have discussed about 3 points. What are they? Particles have spaces between them. Particles are continuously moving and particles attract each other. These are the topics we discussed in our last classes. Okay. So moving on, last class we discussed about the characteristics of matter. Now what would be the next one? Yes, you are all absolutely right. It is about different states of matter. So what would be the different state of matter? Observe the different types of matter around you. Yes or no? We will have different types of things. Right now you can find anything in my room. I got a table, chair, and all these things. So and I got a water bottle too, and I am having the fragrance incense sticks. So different types of things are there. We can see that matter around us exist in three different states. They are solid, liquid and gas. These states of matter arise due to the variation in the characteristics of particles of matter. So these have different, anyways matter is made up of particles. How the particle arrangement in three sets of matter is going to study now. Okay, let's go back to the properties of these states of matter in detail right now. Moving on to the first state is solid state. Let's have our discussion right now. You might have known what is a solid. So what would be the solid? Collect some materials like a pen, book, needle and a piece of thread. Okay, so do all this have a definite shape, distinct boundaries and a fixed volume? Suppose what would happen if they are hammered, pulled or dropped? Are they capable of diffusing into each other? No. So from this we come to know what is that solids have a definite shape and it has a definite volume. Even though why it is so, how the solids have got so many definite shape, why it is so? Because of the particles and molecules arrangement inside the solid. They are tightly packed with each other. There is no intercellular spaces between them, intermolecular spaces between them. So this is about the particle solid state properties. What it is have? It has a definite shape and it have a definite volume. So this is about the solid. So we might have, you just do this children, sketch the shape of the above articles in your notebook by moving a pencil around them. So what happens? Try compressing them by applying force. Are you able to compress them? No. If we compress also, that shape would not be changed. Right? This is the specialty of solids. Why it is so? Because the particles inside the solid are very tightly packed and we cannot move each other or we cannot compress each other. So this is the first point. We come to a conclusion that solids have a definite shape and volume. This is because of the intermolecular spaces between them. Let's have a detailed discussion on this. All the above are examples of solid. Not only the pen or book and needle and a thread. Some other examples are table, chair, whichever are very strong and we cannot change the shape of it, comes under the category of solids. We can observe that these have a definite shape, distinct boundaries and a fixed volumes. That is have negligibly compressibility. Negligible compressibility, we find it very difficult to do that. Solids have a tendency to maintain their shape when subjected to outside force. So they find it very difficult to change the shape of an object even though we are applying the external force. That's why we are saying na solids have a tendency to maintain their shape and when subjected to outside force. Solid may break under the force but it is difficult to change their shape. Difficult to break, even though if you are breaking also it is difficult to change their shape. The shape cannot be changed. That's what we come to tell about this. Okay, so from here what we are come to a conclusion that we can observe that solids have a definite shape, distinct boundaries and fixed volumes. So what it is shows, solids have a definite shape, distinct boundaries and fixed volume and have a negligible compressibility, and they have negligible compressibility. Solids have a tendency to maintain their shape when subjected to outside force. Solids may break under force but difficult to change their shape, so they are rigid. So we are coming to a conclusion that it have a definite shape, distinct boundaries and fixed volume and have a negligible compressibility. Moving on to the same topic, let's have a few instincts and we have a detailed explanation and discussion on it. A few examples are as follows. What about a rubber band? Can it change its shape on stretching? Is it a solid? This is your first one. What about sugar and salt? When kept in different jar, these take the shape of the jar. Are they solid? Okay. Third instinct. What about a sponge? Is it a solid? Yet we are able to compress it. Why? So these are the some instincts. Let's have a discussion on what it is. So we will have rubber band changes shape under force but regain the same shape. Are you able to get the point, children? So even though rubber band is stretching, but it is coming back to the original position when the force is removed. If excess force is applied, it breaks. That doesn't mean it is a solid only. We are regaining it, but it's not coming it so right now. Yes, our children. If we apply more, it will break. Okay, so what they are coming to a conclusion, we said it has a definite shape, distinct boundaries and fixed volumes. That's why we have taken this as an example. Rubber band, if stretching, we are applying force. We are giving some force on it. That's why it is changing its shape. But when the force is released, automatically it go back to the same position. If we do it somewhat stronger, what would happen? It will definitely breaks. This is our first conclusion. Okay, for the second question, the shape of each individual sugar or salt crystal remains fixed whether we take it in our hand, put it in a place or in a jar. It dissolves, but wherever we have taken, the shape of the sugar particle is not changing. The volume may be increasing, but the shape will not change. The shape of each individual sugar or salt crystal remains fixed whether we take it in our hand, put it in a plate or in a jar. Okay, then third one, sponge has minute holes in which air is trapped. When we press it, the air is expelled out and we are able to compress it. So even though it's a solid, we said a negligible compressibility is there. Then how can you press the sponge? It's our question. That's why we have in example that it have the sponge have the air spaces. When the air is released, it can able to compress. This is a vacuum pack, right? Children, you are all having the vacuum pack. It looks big. Whenever you are a packet item, when we cut out, what will happen? The vacuum releases, it go back to the same position. Anyways, plastic cover is a cover, it's a solid only. The same formula is applied for the sponge also. Have you all able to get the point, children? Solids, what we are doing, so it have a definite shape, distinct boundaries and fixed volume and have a negligible compressibility. This is the properties of a solids. But we are considering few of the things, whether if you are saying as a solid, but we have few distinctions that it is may be changed. One best example is a sponge. Sponge, even though we can press, solids we said we can't able to press, but sponge can be pressed. Why it is so? Because they have the air holes. When the air is released from the sponge, we can able to compress it. Salt and sugar crystals remains the same. Even though it dissolves, the crystals remains the same. And the first one, rubber band, we are applying the external force, that's why it is stretching. If it is external force is not, it's over, it will come back. If we apply more force, what will happen? It will definitely breaks. This is about the solid state. Have you all have the clear view on this? Let's move up to the next one. Okay. Before moving on to our next states of matter, let's see an activity video. Okay, and you will come to a conclusion what state of matter we're going to discuss in it. Okay. Okay, ma'am is showing a glass of water. So, what would be our next topic? What is a water? Obviously, you are all right, children. It is about the next state of matter, that is liquid. So, what is a property of a liquid? Obviously, we will all know volume doesn't have a definite shape, but it has a definite volume we studied. Why it is not having the definite shape? Because it takes the shape of the container. So, in this, it is poured in the plastic glass, so that it takes the shape of the glass. Moving on to the next one, ma'am is going to show you this one. In this, water takes the shape of that bowl, but the volume of the water is same, but it is shape will be different. One more, suppose if I am doing it, like this, what ma'am is doing now? Ma'am is pouring the water into it, and the volume of the water is spreading. Why it is spreading? Because the particles in this are loosely packed, that's why it is spreading. Okay, let's go to the detailed discussion of the liquids. Okay, in the last scene activity in the video, what we have seen? We have seen that liquid. What are the properties of liquid? Let's have a discussion right now. We observe that liquids have no fixed shape but have a fixed volume. They take the shape of the container in which they are kept. Liquids flow and change shape. You observe all this in your video. So they are not rigid but can be called fluid. So what they are called as? They can called as a fluid, but they are not rigid. So refer to that activity. What the activity you took? You can take anything, children. Water, cooking oil, milk, juice, anything. So you can take everything in a different shapes. So ma'am has shown you a glass tumbler and a bowl the same way. So what would happen? What will happen if the liquids are split on the floor? I've shown you what happened to that water we split on the floor. So what would happen? It will split on the floor. Does the shape of the liquid remain the same? Definitely no. Now you can say the answer for it. The shape of the liquid is not same as that you can find. It spread and is changed shape of that cloth. When you pour the liquid from one container, does it flow easily? Yes, it can flow easily. Okay. So we saw that solids and liquids can diffuse into the liquids. The gases from the atmosphere diffuse and dissolve in water. These gases, especially oxygen and carbon dioxide, are essential for the survival of aquatic animals and plants. All living creatures need to breathe for survival. The aquatic animals can breathe underwater due to the presence of dissolved oxygen in water. Thus, we may conclude that solid, liquids and gases can diffuse into the liquid. The rate of diffusion of liquid is higher than that of solids. So, what we come to the conclusion? Solid also can diffuse in the liquid. So, sugar particle is dissolving in the water. So solid also diffuse into the liquid. If you pour any you can take lemonade and you can pour juice, you can take and you can add, means liquid can diffuse into the liquid. Gases, obviously oxygen, it also diffuse in the dissolved water. Contains a dissolved oxygen. That's why some of the animals are breathing and they are helpful for the survival also. From all these above stated examples stated that all the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases, can diffuse into the liquids. So that we can call water as a fluid but not as a rigid. The rate of diffusion of liquid is higher than that of solid. The diffusion rate of liquid will be always higher than that of solid. This is due to the fact that in the liquid state, particles move freely and have spaces between each other as compared to the particles in the solid state. Why it is called so? Why we state that rate of diffusion of liquid is higher? Because in the solid the particles or molecular arrangement are very tightly packed and they don't have intermolecular spaces between them. But in the liquids, the particles move freely and have free spaces between each other. This is about the liquid. So we will have one more time about the liquid. In that activity, what we have seen, liquid have no fixed shape and have no fixed volume. They take up the shape of the container in which they kept. Liquids flow and change shape, so they are not rigid and they can be called as a fluid. One more thing, solid, liquid and gas all are able to diffuse in the liquid. We discuss about few of the things, and the rate of diffusion of liquid is also higher than that of a solid. Why? Because in solid intermolecular spaces they don't have intermolecular spaces, but in liquid more spaces will be there and the particles can be moved freely. That's why the rate of diffusion of liquid is higher than that of solids. Are you all able to clear with that? Okay. Let's have a short recap of today's session, what we discussed so far. Today we discussed about the state of matter. In that there will be the whatever the matter around us, it will exist in three different states. They are solid, liquid and gaseous state, in which we started first with the solid states. So what is the solids? We have about the solid, what we can say is it have a definite shape, distinct boundaries and fixed volumes and have a negligible compressibilities. And the solids have a tendency to maintain their shape when subjected to outside force. Solids may break under the force, but it is difficult to change their shape so they are rigid. So few examples are rubber band, we have seen sugar crystals and even the sponge. In all these things, sugar crystals or salt crystal will never change their shape. Sponge is due to the airspace between them, it will be there. If the airspace is released, what will happen? We can able to compress that. This is about the solid states of matter. Moving on to the next one is the liquid states of matter. In the liquid state, what we have seen, one activity we have seen, in that we have come to a conclusion that liquids have a fixed shape but have a fixed volume. They take up the shape of the container in which they are kept. Liquids flow and changes shape, so they are not rigid but can be called fluid. So solid are rigid, liquids are not rigid but they can called as a fluid. So from this also we can see solids and liquids can diffuse into the liquids. Gases from the atmosphere also can be diffused. How? Solid sugar crystals can also diffuse into the water. Even the lemon or juice we add with water, they can also diffuse into the water. Oxygen and carbon dioxide can also diffuse in the water because some of the organism will breathe, even the mainly aquatic life. Fishes and all taking the dissolved oxygen and they are living it. So why it is so? The rate of diffusion of liquid is higher than that of solid. This is due to the fact that in the liquid state, particles move freely and have greater space between each other as compared to the particles in the solid state. So we discussed about only the solid and the liquid states right now. Okay. Hope you all enjoyed today's discussion session. Okay, if you have any doubt, feel free to ask me. Don't be hesitant because it's all very important and you can ask me at any time. Until then, this is Aparna ma'am signing off from today's session. Next session, I will meet you with a new topic. What would be the new topic? Obviously, the gaseous state and the change of temperature. Okay. Bye. See you all.